kangaroo court, coffee in Milwaukee, Starbucks, man-to-man talk, Arod throwing S-bombs, kicking briefcases, walking out, saying, "I'm done." This is just some of the news that you hear that has happened in the last day or so. And I don't know about you, but I am glued to this drama. I am glued to this drama. And it's at a point where I don't know what to think. It's one of two things. It's one of these two scenarios. Either Arod is completely lying, and all this information that you have circulating in the past day is just a brilliant ploy by Arod to make you scratch your head. Or the second the second case is that Arod is absolutely telling the truth, and MLB has nothing against him. So you don't know what to think. And quite honestly, I love the drama, but I'm a little bit confused right now. Little bit, but damn well be assured that I'll be watching and reading the paper. So to give you a summary, and here are some of my thoughts here. A rewind a couple of months ago, and maybe you could help me form an opinion. A couple of months ago in February, Arod denied the fact that he knew who Tony Bosch was. Then Arod found out that a tell-all book is being published, and then Arod acknowledged that he used PEDs and that he knew who Tony Bosch was. So now he goes from not knowing Tony Bosch to knowing Tony Bosch. So finally I'm confused. So now it's to the relationship where he knew Tony Bosch, but he was just simply used as a weight loss / nutrition guy. Then yesterday, Arod says that he's done. He throws a few S-bombs, kicks a briefcase around, and then goes on WFAN and Yes Network, which is simulcast, and says that he's absolutely done. And he reiterates why he's absolutely done with this whole situation. And he is done, he says, because after 10 days of this arbitration, he found out through the arbitrator that Bud Selig would not be testifying. Instead, rather, Rob Manfred, the witness, would be used to testify on MLB's behalf in regards to the penalties opposed against him. So Arod didn't understand why the man that gave him a 211-game suspension does not have to face his accuser face to face. And then Arod has a good point. But then MLB says, to rebut that, MLB spokesman Pat Courtney told the Daily News that MLB has the right under the collective bargaining agreement to select the person it wants to use as a witness to explain the penalty the league has settled on in this case. In the entire history of the joint drug agreement, the commissioner has not testified in a single case. Now here's my question. Has there ever been a single case like this? What has been the case prior to this? So Arod storms out again, says he's done. But then I'm thinking, how did Arod plan this all along? For two reasons. If he did not plan this all along, as soon as he walks out, how is he already having a statement available saying that he is done? Second thing comes to mind. If Arod were to take the stand and MLB thinks that he is lying and not being truthful on the stand, MLB could pose another suspension. Meaning, let's say if Arod was, even if he was found innocent by the arbitrator, and MLB thought that Arod was not telling the truth, MLB could suspend him. Arod would then appeal the suspension, go in front of another arbitrator, would take the stand again, and if MLB thought he was lying at that point, another suspension. And it will continue, and it will continue, and it will continue. So this whole process could take years upon years upon years, appeal upon appeal. So maybe, was this all planned by Arod? That way he does not have to take the stand? You wonder. Next, you hear about a prayer vigil being held for Arod, lighting candles for Arod, because they feel that Arod, when I say they, it's a group of people, feel that Arod is not being given a fair trial because he's Hispanic. What? You can't make this stuff up. And the circus continues. So I don't know what to think about this whole Arod case. He went on the record yesterday on WFAN here in New York, simulcasted again on Yes, and he said that he never used PEDs. Never. On the record, never, ever, never. And he is saying that MLB does not have no evidence against him. So now here's my thing again to say this. Now granted, everything that I just said, if MLB thinks that he's lying, I don't know how you would react. If MLB thought that he was lying, they could suspend him again. But it's at the point where Arod is saying that they've taken his dignity, his livelihood, or they're trying to take his dignity and livelihood. He has a PhD in baseball, folks. Why would you not go on the stand? Just to go down, and be on the record in court. I don't know. Which probably now explains why, although they never tested positive, Cruz, Cervelli, just suspicion, which is probably why they all took their suspensions. Because, like I mentioned, if they were to go to court, MLB thought that they were lying, they could get an additional suspension. So they settled for, 50 or 60 games, whatever it was. So it makes sense. But you can't make this stuff up. You wonder now, was this all staged by Arod because he knew, in fact, that it's not looking good in his favor? Or is it, in fact, Arod was generally upset because Selig would not testify and MLB has really no proof against him? It's like a soap opera, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be watching. Continue to watch. And news is that Arod, again, like I said, he came back after he thought about it today, made it known that they will leak information out tomorrow. So is the case over? I don't know. They will make all information known public tomorrow as far as Arod's camp. So it's obvious that this story is far from over. So what are your thoughts on this whole Arod fiasco? And leaving you on this note, Arod also denied yesterday of throwing the ball to the two hot broads in the stand with his phone number. What are your thoughts on that? I think that Arod could get enough tail that he probably didn't do that. So I probably think that he's telling the truth. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Later. Over and out.